Hello everybody, this is Coding Procedures with Pedro Pablo, and today I have another coverage that I want to explain to you. As always, remember the four points that we need to keep in mind: approach, route operation, devices, and qualifiers. Approach for these procedures open, they perform sternotomy, route operation, it's a bypass from aorta to the coronary arteries. Devices, they harvested the saphenous vein graft from the lower extremity, and the qualifier identified the vessel bypassed from. In this case, it's the aorta. All right. Welcome to this video, and let's go to the operative report. Okay, procedure in detail. I'm gonna read the body of the report to explain step by step the information that you need to code the procedure. Okay, the patient was brought to the operating room and placed in the supine position. Anesthesia was induced. The chest, abdomen, and legs were prepped and dropped as the sterilization. The right greater saphenous vein was harvested. This is a device, right, that you're gonna use it for the coronary artery bypass. It was harvested endoscopically and pressed by ligating all branches on with a 4.0 flowed with heparin. The hemostasis was achieved. The legs were closed with Dexon in the subcutaneous tissue under running Dexon also percuticular in the skin. All right, this first slide is the harvesting of the Saphenous Vein Graft that they're gonna use later. Okay, let's move to the second slide. Okay, the procedure continues, and median sternotomy incision was made, and the left mammary or left internal mammary was dissected free from its takeoff of the subclavian to its bifurcation at the diaphragm and surrounded with papering so gauge. So this is the approach. Already performed sternotomy. They opened the chest of the patient, and then they dissected the left internal mammary, which is a perical graft for the coronary artery bypass. All right. So up to here, we have sternotomy and dissection of the perical graft. Now the pericardium was open. The patient was with heparin and cannulated with a single aortic and single venous cannula, and bypass was instituted. They had to put the patient on cardiopulmonary bypass, right? Because they had to arrest the heart. Now, a retrograde cardioplasia, cannula was placed with a purse string suture using proline in the right atrial wall into the coronary sinus and tied to the running tourniquet. An antegrade cardioplegia near a stump combination was placed in the descending aorta and tied in place with proline. Alright, so this slide we have the dissection of the left internal mammary for which is a perical graft, and already the approach, which is the sternotomy. Let's continue with the report to the following slide, to the next slide. Okay, we continue with the report. In this case, the descending aorta was cross-clamped. Okay, they already located the aorta. Remember, they're gonna use the aorta is a qualifier, right? Because they're gonna do the bypass from the aorta to the coronary artery. Now, the descending aorta was cross-clamped. Cord blood protection, cardioplegia was given to the ascending aorta, followed by something through the ascending aorta, followed by cord retrograde protection. Okay, the obtuse marginal coronary artery was identified. Now we have the obtuse marginal coronary artery was identified, and open and end-to-end anastomosis was performed to the reverse autogenous saphenous vein graft. Alright, this is the first bypass. It's from the aorta to the obtuse marginal coronary artery, right? They're using a Saphenous Vein Graft to the obtuse marginal coronary artery. That's a bypass. They use the proline, and then they cut the extra, and then the vein was cut in length, the appropriate length. Okay, co-antegrade and retrograde depletion were given, and the posterior descending branch of the right coronary artery was identified. All right, posterior descending branch of the right coronary. Okay, posterior descending branch of the right coronary artery. This is the posterior descending artery. Now, was identified and open. An end-to-end anastomosis was performed with the proline, suture, and vein was cut in length. All right. It's kind of confusing this slide, but the Saphenous Vein Graft that they harvested before, they use it to the posterior descending artery and the obtuse marginal. So we have a device but two coronary artery bypasses. All right. To the obtuse marginal and posterior descending artery using the Saphenous Vein Graft, which is a device. All right, let's go to the next slide. We have two coronary arteries here with a device in this slide. Let's go to the next one. All right, the procedure continues. And so far, we have two coronary artery bypasses using the Saphenous Vein Graft. All right, to the obtuse marginal posterior descending arteries. Right. Now let's read let's go to the report. Continue reading. Okay, co-antegrade and retrograde protection cardioplegia were given. The internal mammary artery was clipped distally, divided and spatulated for anastomosis. All right, they're gonna use internal mammary artery. That's another bypass. So it's gonna be internal mammary artery to another coronary artery that we're gonna read now. Now the anterior descending artery. So it's going to be from internal mammary artery to the left anterior descending artery, which is another coronary artery on the left side of the heart. All right. Okay. The anterior descending artery was identified and open, and to side anastomosis was performed through the left internal mammary artery with a running proline suture. All right. Right there. The mammary pedicle was sutured to the heart with interrupted proline suture. A warm antegrade and retrograde depletion were given. The aortic cross-claim was removed. All right. All the bypasses are completed here. 3 coronary artery bypasses. We have a device, which is the Saphenous Vein Graft, and a pedicle graft, which is the internal mammary. Why pedicle graft? Because it's attached to its blood supply. All right. So 3 coronary arteries we have in total for this procedure. All right, the aortic cross-claim was removed. That's it. Partial occlusion claim was placed. Torotomies were made. The vein was cut, feed this, and sutured in place with a running proline. A partial occlusion claim was removed. Or anastomosis was inspected and noted to be patent and dry. Patent means that there is no occlusion. You know, that is clear. You know, that the blood can flow freely. All right, the patient was fully warm and weaned from the cardiopulmonary bypass. Okay, they removed the patient from the cardiopulmonary bypass. The patient was cannulated. All right, good hemostasis was noted. Mediastinal and left pleural chest tube were placed. All right, so here we have the 3 coronary arteries. Okay, let's go to the procedures over here, but let's review the last slide. All right, the procedure continues. Okay, this is the end of the procedure. The sternum was closed with interrupted wire. They use wire, no sutures. They use wire to close the sternum, to approximate the bone, to close the bone, the sternum. Okay, the sternum was closed with interrupted wire, linear alba with running proline, and the sternal fascia was closed. Then they closed the skin, fascia, subcutaneous tissue, and fascia, subcutaneous tissue, first bone, fascia, subcutaneous tissue, and then skin. And that's it. Patient tolerated the procedure well, and the procedure is over here. Procedure is done. Okay, I'm leaving the code here for you. We have the first code, which is the coronary artery bypass graft, where they use two coronary arteries, Obtuse marginal posterior descending artery using the Saphenous Vein Graft, which is an autologous venous tissue. And the approach is open, all right? This code, the 2110-9W, is for the first two coronary artery bypasses from the aortic using the device Saphenous Vein Graft to the Obtuse marginal and posterior descending artery, all right? That's this code. The other code is the coronary artery bypass graft using the left internal artery to the left anterior descending, right? That was a pedicle graft, right? It's the bypass coronary artery, one artery from left internal mammary to open approach to a left anterior descending. And then the cardiopulmonary bypass, they have to arrest the heart, so they have to use cardiopulmonary bypass. And then the harvesting of the device, which is the Saphenous Vein Graft on the left lower extremity, they had to excise a portion of that vein, and it was used as a graft. It was excised endoscopically. All right, so that's the other code right here. Okay, YouTube family, that's it. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you like it, thumbs up, give it a like, and subscribe if you want to learn how to code this procedure and more complicated procedures that I'm gonna be posting. Then subscribe. And thank you very much for watching my videos.